Okay. Remember when I said I heard you could climb to the top of this waterfall? I would not recommend that. I am in Trabuco Canyon of Cleveland National Forest today in Orange County, California, to check out this amazing canyon, the mountains of Cleveland National Forest down here. There's supposed to be some hidden mines, some hidden canyons, possibly hidden waterfalls, although I don't know if it's flowing. We did get a little rain up in LA this week. I don't know if they got any down here, but we're gonna scope it out. So let's go explore Trabuco Canyon in Cleveland National Forest. Well, already I can see there's a lot of poison oak on this trail. A lot of it is dying, but the thing with poison oak is the branches and roots, even if they don't have leaves on them, can still give you a rash. So it's kind of hard to distinguish when they don't have leaves. So just trying to avoid anything that may be poison oak. There's water flowing, which is a good sign. So I think this falls may be flowing, which is awesome. So there's a pretty established trail, so I don't know how hidden this is, but there definitely appears to be some water flowing, which is cool. Not exactly sure how far back the waterfall is, but I believe it's less than a mile from the road, so. A lot of poison oak. The problem is poison oak blends in. You can see it's kind of redding and yellowing, so it stands out a little bit, but when you're in a thick green bush, you got to be very careful because some of that could be poison oak, so you got to sort it out. But luckily this trail is pretty established, so I shouldn't have to do too much bushwhacking. Look at this awesome hidden waterfall in Cleveland National Forest. Amazing. Beautiful green lush valley here. Nobody else is here, of course. I don't see any garbage, so that's a good sign. No graffiti. Oh man, I feel so lucky to have this all to myself right now. Okay, remember when I said I heard you could climb to the top of this waterfall? I would not recommend that. I kind of had to. I got the drone stuck at the top. So first I went up this side. Fuck, it was like a hour and a half, 2 hour detour. Dangerous, very dangerous. Then I tried to go like way up over the top and around and come down here. Also dangerous. I gotta rinse off. I gotta get some water. Hold that thought. I didn't set out to do something dangerous today. I was just planning on doing a nice easy hike. I don't know who is saying you can climb up the sides here. They said, you know, there's ropes. Sometimes there's no ropes. Even with ropes, this is really dangerous. So I got the drone stuck at the top of the waterfall. Because I had read that you could climb to the top, I started climbing this way, thinking I saw a trail. It turns out, once I got up there, it wasn't a trail, it was basically a rock slide, where rocks and dirt and debris had been sliding for a prolonged period of time. So at that point, I was too high to come down safely. The drop was just too steep, so I kept going. Very dangerous. Taking it real slow, testing every footstep. You know, creating like a a good foot position, a good handhold with every step. Got to the top, found the drone, and knew I couldn't go back that way, so went around the other side, which involved climbing up maybe another 50-foot elevation gain, at least, maybe 100, I don't know, and then coming around the back side of that and then coming down. Also dangerous. At a certain point, I lucked out and found it was like maybe 5/8. It's black irrigation tubing. You'll see it sometimes in national forests and national parks, and what that is that's usually used for illegal marijuana grow operations in national parks and forests. To my knowledge, they don't do those grows that often anymore because in California, you know, it's been legalized, so I don't think they're doing those illegal grows, so a lot of times they're left over from several years ago. So I found one and kind of, I didn't use it to rappel, but I used it as like a safety tether as I kind of slid down a gradual rock slide. It was kind of steep, but I used that irrigation tubing as a safety backup. So basically slid on my butt and my feet and had that irrigation line. I didn't want to put all my weight on it because when those get old and brittle, they'll just snap right off. This one didn't snap, it held up. I lucked out big time with that. I get a lot of crap online sometimes. People think I encourage you guys to do dangerous stuff and be reckless, and that's not my intention at all. You know, when I say things like find your adventure and be infamous, I don't mean go do something reckless and dangerous, you know. I've been doing stuff like this for a long time. Physical fitness is an important thing to keep my body fit, and when you're stronger and in better shape, you can push yourself a little further. Even I know my limits, so I would say it's through a process of trial and error you can determine your own limits. Don't just run out there suddenly and go off trail and do something haphazard. You know, you want to plan, you want to have the proper gear, shoes, first aid kit, and something like this, you would want to have someone else hiking with you, or at the very least, you know, let someone know where you're planning to go, which I did today, of course. And be safe. That's the biggest thing I want to communicate to everyone out there, is be safe. There's adventures to be had, and for me personally, I find adventure has an element of risk to it. I'm not saying you have to risk death on every hike you go on, but for me personally, I enjoy a little risk. I enjoy dodging, you know, doing some rock hopping, dodging the poison oak. The poison oak was nothing compared to what I just did, but you know, stuff like this, you have to be your own supervisor. You have to know what you feel comfortable with, what's in your wheelhouse, and what's safe. And sometimes, if we're not experienced, knowing the difference between what's safe and a little dangerous and risky, and really dangerous and risky, it's a fine line knowing that. So the more you do things, the more you do day hikes, the more you get in better shape, you'll find that balance, you'll find your comfort zone. And I always say, just go a little bit beyond your comfort zone. You know, you don't want to start straight off the couch and just jump and go off trail and try to climb up waterfalls and do crazy stuff like that. You want to gradually build up to it while also building up your physical fitness, and then eventually when stuff goes, you know, awry, or you're in a situation you didn't intend on being, you're prepared. You've been under pressure. You've put your body under pressure. You've put your mind under pressure, and you know, okay, just stay calm, go slow, and be safe. I don't want you guys to be discouraged when you see me maybe doing something a little dangerous. You know, I don't mind a little scrape, a little bruise here and there. It doesn't bother me. You haven't seen me getting any big injuries yet, fingers crossed, but when I say get out there and find your adventure, find something that, you know, you haven't done before. Your comfort zone is here, and maybe go just a step beyond your comfort zone, because if you always stay in that comfort zone, there's nothing adventurous about that, in my opinion. Man, I feel really grateful. That could have gone south. It's a beautiful location. If you guys like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. I don't say it enough. I'd like to build up my subscribers, but I'm too busy running off the trail and and doing stuff to remind you guys. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button, and the bell notification will notify you when I put a new video out. I've been shooting for Mondays and Thursdays. I haven't published that on my channel yet, but Mondays and Thursdays I'm shooting to put out new content every week. So subscribe, get out there, find your adventure, and be infamous.
Infamous.